Khao Sok National Park is one of the most incredible places I've ever had the privilege to explore. Located in southern Thailand, it's a vast wilderness that feels like a world away from the bustling cities and tourist-packed beaches. Imagine, if you will, an ancient rainforest, older and more diverse than the Amazon, with towering limestone mountains that jut straight up towards the sky, and a huge emerald green lake at its heart. This isn't just a park. It's a living, breathing ecosystem teeming with life. For anyone with a spirit of adventure, Khao Sok offers a chance to connect with nature in its purest, most untamed form. It's a proper wild adventure waiting to happen. What makes Khao Sok so special is its sheer scale and biodiversity. The rainforest here has been around for over 160 million years, surviving ice ages and climate shifts that changed the rest of the planet. This long history has allowed an astonishing variety of plants and animals to evolve and thrive. You can find everything from gigantic dipterocarp trees that form the forest canopy to the world's largest flower, the rare Rafflesia. The park is a sanctuary for magnificent creatures like wild elephants, Malayan tapirs, gibbons, and hundreds of species of birds. Every step you take is a journey into a world of natural wonders, a place where the air is fresh and the sounds of the jungle create a constant, mesmerizing soundtrack. My own journey here began with a sense of immense anticipation, knowing that this park held secrets that could only be unlocked by immersing myself completely in its environment. The plan was a 3-day expedition, designed to experience the best of both the dense jungle and the spectacular Cheow Lan Lake. This wasn't about simply seeing the sights. It was about feeling the pulse of the rainforest, understanding its rhythms, and hopefully, encountering some of its elusive inhabitants. The prospect of sleeping in a floating bungalow, surrounded by water and limestone cliffs, was particularly exciting. It promised a unique perspective on this ancient landscape, a chance to be truly enveloped by the wild. The key to unlocking Khao Sok is embracing the unknown. No two trips are ever the same. The weather can change in an instant. A trail might reveal a troop of monkeys one day and be completely quiet the next, and a sudden downpour can transform a gentle stream into a rushing torrent. This unpredictability is part of its charm. It forces you to be present, to pay attention to your surroundings, and to rely on the expertise of a good local guide. These guides are the true heroes of the park. They know its paths, its creatures, and its stories inside and out. Without them, you'd only be scratching the surface of what this incredible place has to offer. Our first day began at the park headquarters, situated near the village of Khao Sok. The air was thick with humidity, and the chorus of cicadas was almost deafening, the perfect welcome to the jungle. After meeting our guide, a brilliant local man named Somchai, we set off on a trek deep into the rainforest. Somchai immediately started pointing out things we would have otherwise missed. He showed us the intricate webs of golden orb weaver spiders, the tracks of a wild boar left in the mud, and the distinct call of a great hornbill echoing from the canopy above. The trail followed a winding river, its clear water inviting us to cool off from the midday heat. The jungle itself was a sensory overload in the best possible way. Sunlight struggled to pierce the dense canopy, creating a dappled, ever-changing light on the forest floor. Giant bamboo stalks, as thick as my arm, creaked in the gentle breeze, and liana vines hung down like massive ropes, tempting you to swing on them. Somchai explained the uses of various plants, from medicinal herbs to the spiky rattan palm, which is both a useful material and a formidable obstacle on the trail. We learned how to spot the difference between a harmless lizard and a more venomous snake, a crucial skill in this environment. It was a masterclass in jungle survival and ecology, all delivered with a smile. As afternoon turned to evening, we returned to our simple, rustic bungalow on the edge of the park. But the adventure was far from over. After a delicious Thai dinner, we prepared for a night safari. Armed with torches, we ventured back into the jungle, which transforms into a completely different world after dark. The familiar sounds of the day were replaced by a new symphony of croaking frogs, chirping insects, and the mysterious calls of nocturnal animals. The darkness sharpens your senses, making you acutely aware of every rustle in the undergrowth. This is when many of the jungle's most fascinating creatures come out to play, and our mission was to find them. The night walk was a huge success. Somchai's sharp eyes were incredible. He spotted a slow loris moving deliberately through the branches, its huge round eyes reflecting our torchlight. We found a beautifully patterned civet cat foraging on the forest floor, and even came across a sleeping kingfisher, its brilliant blue feathers tucked away as it rested on a branch overhanging the river. The real highlight for me, however, was finding bioluminescent fungi. These amazing organisms glowed with a faint, ghostly green light, turning decaying logs into natural lanterns. It felt like stepping into a fantasy world, a powerful reminder of the magic hidden within this ancient rainforest. The second day was all about Cheow Lan Lake. After an early start, we traveled by road to the Ratchaprapha Dam Pier, where the sheer scale of the landscape truly hits you. As our long-tail boat pulled away from the shore, the view opened up to reveal a breathtaking panorama. An enormous expanse of emerald green water stretched out before us, dotted with hundreds of limestone casts rising vertically from the depths like ancient skyscrapers. These formations are the flooded peaks of what was once a vast mountain range, creating a landscape that is often compared to Ha Long Bay in Vietnam, but feels wilder and more remote. The journey across the lake was an adventure in itself. Our destination was a cluster of simple floating bungalows, our home for the night. These raft houses are a signature experience in Khao Sok, offering complete immersion in the lake's serene environment. Arriving felt like reaching a secret outpost in the middle of nowhere. The bungalows were basic, just a mattress on the floor and a small balcony. But the view was 5-star. From our doorstep, we could jump straight into the warm, inviting water for a swim. The only sounds were the gentle lapping of water against the bamboo floats and the distant calls of gibbons echoing across the casts. A hauntingly beautiful melody that became the soundtrack to our stay. After settling in and having lunch, we hopped back into the long-tail boat for an afternoon wildlife safari. We cruised slowly along the shoreline, scanning the trees for any signs of movement. It wasn't long before our guide spotted a troop of dusky langurs, their white-ringed eyes giving them a spectacled appearance, leaping effortlessly through the canopy. Further on, we saw macaques playing near the water's edge, seemingly unbothered by our presence. The real prize, however, was the sight of a great hornbill taking flight. Watching this magnificent bird, with its huge yellow casque, soar over the lake was a moment of pure awe. As the sun began to set, the sky and water were painted in spectacular shades of orange, pink, and purple. We cut the engine and just floated in silence, absorbing the tranquility of the moment. This is when the magic of the lake truly takes hold. The transition from day to night is a profound experience here, as the jungle chorus begins anew and the first stars appear in the clear sky. Back at the bungalows, dinner was served under the stars, followed by more swimming and storytelling. Falling asleep in a floating room, surrounded by the immense quiet presence of the ancient casts and the dark water, is an unforgettable experience. Our final day started with, quite possibly the best alarm clock in the world, the morning call of the gibbons. Their beautiful whooping song echoed across the water as the mist slowly lifted from the lake's surface, revealing the limestone cliffs in the soft morning light. We took the opportunity for an early morning kayak paddle. Gliding silently across the glassy water was a peaceful and intimate way to explore the hidden coves and inlets around our bungalows. We paddled close to the base of the towering casts, craning our necks to appreciate their sheer size and the hardy vegetation clinging to their rock faces. It was a meditative start to an action-packed day. After breakfast, we packed up and headed out by long-tail boat to explore one of the park's many caves. We chose to visit Pra Ki Phet Cave, also known as Diamond Cave. This required a short but steep trek up a jungle path, which was an adventure in itself. Inside, the cave was a different world. We needed head torches to navigate the darkness, which revealed stunning formations of stalactites and stalagmites, sparkling with mineral deposits, giving the cave its name. The air was cool and damp, and we could hear the flutter of bats high up in the cavern's ceiling. Exploring its chambers felt like being an old-school explorer, discovering a lost world. The cave exploration was a fantastic reminder of the geological history that shaped this region. Somchai explained how these limestone mountains were formed from ancient coral reefs millions of years ago, and how water had slowly carved out these intricate cave systems over millennia. It's one thing to read about geology in a book, but it's another to stand inside the earth and see the processes firsthand. We saw incredible rock formations that resembled curtains, waterfalls, and even animals, all sculpted by nature. It highlighted the fact that the wonders of Khao Sok exist not just above ground, but deep below it as well. All too soon, it was time to head back to the pier and say goodbye to Cheow Lan Lake. The boat journey back felt different. We were leaving with a deeper appreciation for this incredible place. The 3-day trip had been a perfect blend of activity and tranquility, of learning and simply being. We had trekked through an ancient forest, slept on a mystical lake, and delved into the Earth's hidden passages. As we traveled back towards civilization, the sounds of the jungle faded, but the memories of its wild beauty, its fascinating creatures, and its profound sense of peace remained crystal clear. Khao Sok had captured a piece of my heart. Planning a successful trip to Khao Sok is, honestly, pretty straightforward if you keep a few key things in mind. Firstly, getting there is relatively easy. The park is located between the transport hubs of Surat Thani and the popular beach destinations of Krabi and Phuket. You can fly into any of these airports and then take a minibus or private taxi, which is about a 2-hour journey. Booking transport in advance is always a good idea, especially during the peak season. The best time to visit is during the dry season, from December to April, when the weather is more stable, but don't rule out the rainy season. The forest is at its most vibrant then, and the waterfalls are spectacular. When it comes to choosing a tour, you have plenty of options. You can book all-inclusive multi-day tours online before you arrive, or you can arrange them with local operators in Khao Sok village. The latter often gives you more flexibility. A 3-day, 2-night tour is ideal for a first visit, as it allows you to experience both the jungle trekking near the park headquarters and the incredible beauty of Cheow Lan Lake. I highly recommend a tour that includes at least 1 night in a floating bungalow on the lake. It is the quintessential Khao Sok experience and something you will never forget. Make sure your packing list is practical. You'll need lightweight, quick-drying clothes for trekking, as you will get hot and sweaty. A good pair of walking shoes or sturdy trainers is essential. Don't forget swimwear, a waterproof bag to protect your electronics, a powerful torch, preferably a head torch, for caving and night walks, and plenty of insect repellent. A reusable water bottle is also a must to stay hydrated. Most importantly, bring a sense of adventure and a willingness to embrace the unexpected. The weather can be unpredictable, so a light rain jacket is always a good idea, even in the dry season. Finally, my strongest piece of advice is to consider staying longer if you can. While 3 days gives you a fantastic taste of the park, a longer stay of 4 or 5 days allows you to venture deeper into the jungle, explore more remote trails, and increase your chances of spotting rarer wildlife like elephants or even a sun bear. It also gives you more time to simply relax and soak in the incredible atmosphere. Khao Sok is not a place to be rushed. It's a destination that rewards patience and curiosity. So, get planning, book that ticket, and prepare yourself for an unforgettable adventure in one of the world's last great wildernesses. You won't regret it.